journey, when this young individual gets to you, uh, is it like they stay with you, or in this program that you are, it's a place, it's a house where they come for training, then they go to their home, or they stay with you and you live there, you live with them together in the same apartment or something like that?
Yeah, so we have a massive complex here in Coventry. So the bottom floor is a cafe. We have a sports hall there for football and basketball. On the second floor, we have a brand new music studio, a dance room, and above on the third floor, we have a boxing facility. So envision a massive building with loads of different rooms that the public are able to use. That's the building that we use here.
Hmm. But these people that come to you, do they stay there or do they come from house?
Yeah, so they wouldn't stay here. They'd stay the majority of the day, but then they would leave and go back to the place that where they're staying, whether that's with a social worker or with parents.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fine. I get that. And now, in terms of the collaboration of their parents, because I want to believe that I say it again, that your role is very important, is that you are happy to straighten up the head of the people, though, so that they can become better individual in the society. And that is a noble project. It's not something very, not everybody is doing that. No, that is really something that is very laudable. No, we really need to thank you for that job. Now, the parent, I'm sure they also need to appreciate that. So what role do the parent play in this journey of their children?
The parents play a massive role because when they come to the MAT project, it's all about engagement. I always say you can't force engagement. If I had a restaurant and I knew it was 10 out of 10 and I saw multiple people outside and I wanted them all to come into my restaurant, I can't force that engagement. But what I can do is I can influence it. So we try to link in and bridge the gap with the parent and the young person. Obviously, as you can imagine, though, it's quite difficult if both parents aren't on board, because that means that when they're here, they're engaging, but when they're home, they're not. So we try to bridge that as much as possible.
Mm-hmm. All right. The other time, I think it should be a month ago or so, I was interviewing a yoga teacher in Australia. Then I was asking the person, because of course I'm going to ask you a similar question just now. The people that come to you, why did they come to you? So she was saying, well, you see, people don't usually come here because life is too good, no? Because you are going to have to participate in things like this because there is a problem you are trying to resolve, no?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I really want to ask you here is that the people that come to you, what did they complain about? What did they tell you that is wrong, that they are which become the reason for why they are there?
Yeah. Often they don't really say. Often when they are handed over, we can see that they're being involved in something that they shouldn't have been. And a lot of the time they do have a face of remorse where they're not proud of the reason why they're here. So in actual fact, when they do come and approach the guys at the MAC, they actually don't want to talk about it. They don't want to remember that side of them, which is a good thing, because that's where there's an element of change, and we can then work on that, because it's not about how you've come in, it's about how you leave.
Okay, that is very good. And now I would like to know, how do they live usually? Like maybe, for example, now say 12 children come to you, then at the end of the day, what really is the result? So that is, let's put it like that.
Yeah, so usually we would do one-to-one sessions. And normally that would be tailored to what the young person wants to do, if that's catering, music, or whatnot. And we would follow the protocol. So we'd set tasks, we'd make sure that those tasks are complete in the day. We would then do an evaluation. So how did they find it? What's changed? And we measure it to when they first met me to 4 weeks since they met me, to see the measurements of change. And that might be as simple as when they first were with me, they didn't engage in conversation. We get a few that are often shy, don't really want to look. But then when you're with them, they're smiling and they're laughing. These small ripples create massive waves. So that's how we would usually measure it.
As a case study, as it were, say maybe, for example, because these people have come to this project that you are in, can we say because of this one, they have become somebody in life, a kind of a case study, a person that have passed through there who has not become somebody because of the program. Is there any case study you can share with me like that?
Yeah, we've got one of our biggest sort of case studies, our biggest testimony is a young person who was with me from doing an offence, which I probably can't go into because of confidentiality. It was quite a big offence. And they attended the session. They were quite disengaged at the time, but I changed that. And they have now gone on to completing their level 5 outdoor skiing course and are going to be doing instructing abroad in Austria. So this is a young person that came with no grades, on the verge of jail, to being a qualified skiing instructor in a different country.
That is really very interesting. That is really, really very interesting. So this program like this, is it something that is found all across the United Kingdom, or is only in the city where you live? Is
Yeah,
there something that is similar? Yeah, please.
yeah. It's currently just in the in Coventry City. I mean, there are other services that offer similar, but the MAP project which we run is just in Coventry.
Okay. But do you face some? Okay, to say that you don't have challenges would be lying to ourselves, no?
Yeah.
So, do you face some particular challenges in running a project like this? What are some of those challenges that you face on a regular basis?
Yeah, I mean, we all face sort of challenges on a regular basis. I would say the biggest challenge is getting the child from out in the community from out in the community. Oh, has it cut off? Sorry about that. From out in the community into a place of work is what I would say the biggest challenge is, because they hear about the project, but they're reluctant to come in. So that would be one of my biggest challenges. But other than that, as soon as they're in here, they don't want to leave.
Wow, that is interesting. I mean that is that is a kind of a community life as it were, no?
Yeah.
So are you the only person that is working with them there, or there are some other persons who have to intervene? I don't know, maybe depending on the case. I don't know what kind of case really in the specific instances. So are there other people that come there? Who are they? What kind of people?
Yeah, so there's myself and 4 others. So there's me. There's also my colleague John Bernard, who's a professional poet. We've also got Joe and Dan, who specialise in mastering, recording and mixing in musical production. So 4 different personalities. So if we know we have someone that's more of a serious case, they would be with myself, would be with John. And then if we found that there was someone with a more serious case, but their style of speaking is a bit quieter, a bit softer, then we would usually go to sort of Joe and Dan. So we've got the right personality for the right person here.
All right. Boys and Girls Coventry Boys and Girls Club. That is what it is. It's a form of club, no?
Yeah, it's a lovely club.
Yeah. Do you also organize maybe a dance or party? How do you make these people stay? You know, how do you entice them to stay?
Being me, I'm a nice guy. I'm pretty cool, and I just try to get my character across. Everything's about love, and I often, since reading these new books, I'm often now trying to encourage young people to let their emotions out. If you want to cry, come here and cry. If you want to go upstairs and hit the punch bags, hit the punch bags. And this is a place where they can be vulnerable in a positive way, and that they like that, the fact they can be. So that's how I would sort of say I would encourage them to stay.